Really fruity conversation then, one that really kept us out in the sun and in the afternoon and looking at the challenges that farmers face to get those fruits to market. Of course, news that you can use right there in that feature. Well, fruits are sweet, they're nutritious, and generally can become a gold mine for farmers. Fruits like pawpaw is not just a backyard fruit, it's a thriving commodity and a thriving business. Well, as demand for such healthy products as fruits grows, so does the market, and so does the amount of money that you can put in your pocket. Now, how's the market shaping up for these kinds of fruits out there? Well, we want to take a quick look at pawpaw in particular and how it's doing for farmers. Let's see what the current prices are out there right across markets across the country. Take a look. So in the first part of the show, we spoke to the farmer and have seen just what it's taken to get to this point. Of course, she's told us lots and lots about that effort and the various crops, the various fruits that she is working on and taking to market. But most of all, she talked about the amount of expertise, consultation and partnership with various organizations and individual experts that it's taken to get here. In the second part of the show, we speak to one such expert and get his take on just what it takes to get to this point. Please tell us who you are, where we are, what is this around us?
Wow, this is so amazing. I'm Simon Wanjohi, the agronomist at Farm Fresh Step Farm. This is in Karoleni, Gatanga South, Murang'a County, where we produce such fruits, very quality ones, mangoes, pawpaws, grapes, apples, and even maize. Plus we have the thorn melons.
So this place is mostly dry. When we look around, a fairly dry area, what has it taken to get to this point?
We say that a journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. Starting the farm in 2018, it was just a dry place, but with an expertise in avocados and the mangoes, we had to choose the best varieties first. We did some soil testing and utilized that single drop of water that rained by then. For you to win in agriculture, one thing, know the type of soil you are using. Our soil is sandy soil, and on the other farm, we got some loam soil. For sandy soil, it loses water very fast. So when you are planting the mangoes, the oranges and the pawpaws, get to know which point are you going to conserve that water and the retention capacity of the water at your farm. Yeah.
So is that why I can see a lot of these trees are in small depressions? What does that do?
The depressions are there to assist us now. After watering, it will not take us 2-3 days, but at least 6 to 7 days, that is once in a week for our watering. When we have the small basins, we also do the mulching. So while it rains, our soil will not be carried away very fast. It also helps during fertilizer application and manure application. We just ditch those basins down and then put our manure. We decided on mangoes, pawpaws, oranges, and other fruits. Reason, we want to be in market from January to December. Mangoes come in December and January. Pawpaws come in February, March, April. That's when now we start harvesting our avocados. After avocados, we usually have our pumpkins ready, then melons ready, and other fruits. Yeah.
So you're able to go to market the whole year?
Yeah, we're able to get to market the whole year, that is January to December. When you get to the market, quality talks, taste talks, and then even the farmer himself convincing the clients to purchase also talks. With little quantities, you can't fight those big farmers. That's why we produce in at least some large quantities. Once buyers come to the farm, they are able to fill their orders in time.
What sort of linkages do you have to create with either brokers or the people who are selling this product themselves? Some of them are even going abroad.
Linkages comes with expertise because we are able to use chemicals which are at least with the low pHi intervals. So in case you are doing the export on avocados, the residues are not found because we choose chemicals specifically for that crop and cannot harm even the local or the export market.
So we have seen situations where farmers will plant fruits, avocados, oranges, other things. But at harvest, you're told this is not the variety that we wanted, or that there are pests and those sorts of things. So as an expert, how do you work with the farmer to ensure that they do the right varieties that are right for the market, and that things like pests and things like that are not a major issue?
Okay, to do with the varieties, we did a research first on the market. Most liked oranges, the most liked mangoes, and the most liked pawpaws. These fruits are always perishable. So when you select a fruit which is not good for the market, you will get a loss. When it comes to pests and diseases, as the expert here, I'm able to know and identify a particular pest on time. We control, we don't wait for them to destroy our fruits. When you check to our fruit like mostly the pawpaws, mealybugs is a very major disease, a pest, sorry. When you come to scales, they also destroy the pawpaws, but our pawpaws are always very clean. As I've shown you, the fruit is even very wanting to the customers. So when we are getting to the shops to purchase the chemicals, we don't just purchase, but we check on what you are going to control at the farm at the right time with the right chemical.
We've seen fish ponds that can run on runoff and that sort of thing. How do you ensure a circular system that supports the environment and enables you farming to the future?
For the circular system about even the fish, this is because we can use the water that the fish had used after harvesting to water our crops. It's also very nutritious for our trees during the flowering stages. Still, these crops, if we happen to get a water shortage, we do water bank application. Water bank is a chemical whereby you apply at the soil level to hold water for about 21 to 30 days without irrigation again. For the fish harvesting, it's done by another expert, whereby after harvesting immediately, the fish are taken to the market, and the circulation of money from the fish now comes to assist us anywhere we might have any difficulties at the farm.
Is for people who might not be able to find experts like you and are farming, we say the Kenyaji way, where should they start in finding people that they can work with?
You cannot always start from the top, but at the bottom there. Doing 10 trees in an acre is a small start, and a pinchy start. It's not bad. That's only to give you an experience. If you're not able to meet an agronomist, you can even view channels whereby you can start from the bottom. On YouTube, all other shows that brings about agriculture. When you want to improve, you know from what you harvest. Get to know the diseases, the chemicals, the pest, and everything to do with your farm. You can even try to do water retake options at your farm. This is by recycling the water you might be having. You can still try little expectations. That is, when you plant, don't expect that high. Try with that little level. With what you get, do a savings and it'll take you to the next level. Right here, we have our golden Hass avocados. The export varieties we are having at this farm, it does very well. As you can see, they had already fruited, almost ready for harvest, but we fetch it in late March or early April. Avocados here are doing very well, not only with the high temperatures, but with also a very good feeding program. We control the FCM using uphold and also the fruit flies with the traps all around here. We also do the chemical spray, that is the foliar, zinc and boron before fruiting. We also apply manure and fertilizers. This is to enhance we get quality fruits. You always talk about the melon or eat them direct from the market. This is how the fruit grows right from the farm. A very good cover crop to your trees. It will help cover the soil during that dry season and no more evaporation will take place. Just very minimal when it comes to Don melon. It fruits 50 to 100 fruits from one stem. Very beneficial to our bodies and also regulates in some of the diseases that we hear affects us. Getting such a clean purple right away from the tree, it's very simple. Mealybugs are dangerous. Spray at the right time. It will just help you to get something presentable to the market. When these old leaves are still here and the purples are almost ripening, they becomes a challenge because they might hold more pests. So you just trim them and then put them to the ground. They'll act as a mulch. So for those farmers who are doing purples in hot areas, to avoid more chemical use, just slip off these old leaves and the purple will remain as green as it is. When we come to oranges, pests and diseases are very, very challenging, but on our side, we have been able to manage them. Aphid, whiteflies, and thrips destroys our leaves to an extent of even 80%. But on our side, that is not a major challenge. For farmers doing oranges, this might be a problem whereby your oranges just burst. This is because of irregular watering. It just showed that while we were watering, a point whereby water went levels down and then it rained. That's why you find it just bursting. Another issue is calcium, whereby we control calcium by spraying or lime application.